Dalcarlo has arrived to Silver and Blood, our new waifu. It's finally here. So let's talk a little bit about where she is on the tier list, our opinion on how to build her, and overall, not only the first impressions, but how we're feeling right now about the new girl. As usual, before we start, hello Diners, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and today's topic is going to be Dalcarlo, where she's on the tier list, what has changed since the beta, because a few things did change, and overall how we're feeling about her. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to help me grow the channel. And let's just jump directly into it, okay? Not a long video, just overall some testing we've been doing, how her kit works, and where she's on the tier list. As usual, if you don't want to see me jumping for 8 minutes, the website and the spreadsheet has been updated. The website, lutanwaifus.com, and you can just go here into the info dump, and that is our link to the spreadsheet as well. On the tier list, you can also click right there, and you will be able to go directly. That said, let's go and talk about Dalcarlo. How does her kit work? Her kit on the beta was a little bit different. So on the beta, she was not a Crescent Moon, she was not an Enchanter. And her ultimate also, instead of being an AoE that attacks absolutely everyone that was inside, was only attacking up to 3 enemies, I believe, and throwing 18 cards at all of them. Now, she is a Crescent Moon Enchanter, and her AoE will attack as many enemies as she catches inside the AoE, and throw 3 cards to each one of them. Now, what are these cards? What are they doing? What is Dalcarlo, other than throwing cards at her enemies? She is not only doing a really good AoE damage, but she is also a debuffer. You cannot pick how you want to play her. She will be doing both things, AoE and a debuffer. And the debuff she is applying are actually really strong, really strong. So she's doing a few things when she throws cards. Every time she throws a card, the debuffs will apply in sequence. So if there's only one card, it will be first the Magician applying a CC for 2 seconds. The second card will be the King applying all damage down. And the third card will be Death applying all damage taken up. Both of these are minor, 15%, still pretty good, right? So she will be able, if she is the only Crescent Moon in your team, to keep her debuffs almost 100%. At least when we talk about both the King and Death, not the Magician, since it's only a 2-second CC, right? So she's applying CC and she's applying 2 debuffs. And since she is applying 2 debuffs, this is important for the artifacts later. Her basic attack is a pretty basic beach attack, alright? Nothing interesting in here. Magic damage 115% at level 4. Her special attack is also pretty good. So her special attack, every 4 attacks will deal extra damage and apply affliction, aka continuous damage, burn, bleed, all of those things, right? Now, continuous damage, if it counts as a debuff, it's even better. We are not sure about this. If anyone knows, let me know. Because her best artifact is actually not Philosopher's Stone, but it's going to be the third one that we still don't have, aka Poseidon Skull. Because Poseidon Skull deals 10% increased damage to enemies under debuff or control effects. Meaning this is basically a 10% increased damage for Dalcarlo, up 100% uptime, which is fantastic, right? The second best artifact, if you do not have the one yet, like is my case, then it's going to be Philosopher's Stone. Because your bleed, your continuous damage right here, can actually crit. So you benefit more from this rather than putting something like Eye of Truth for more basic damage. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. When it comes to skill levels, I am not going to be recommending the skill levels for now because it's too expensive. So right now, our baseline, it's a 444, nothing else. We do not recommend going above unless you know it's a character that's really good because it's fucking expensive, bro. Really, really expensive. So 444. That said, a little bit about how her kit works, what has changed from the beta and the artifact. What about team compositions? Where is she gonna be fitting the best? Well, she is just like a Capella. She can be thrown into any team and she will work. Because, first of all, it's a really cheap ultimate at the cost 3, just like a Capella, cost 3, right? She is applying CC and debuffing a lot of enemies constantly. Also doing great damage on her own. So you can put her on any team as your main Crescent Moon and she will work out of the box. But if you have Transcendent Amy and Otavia, they will work the best together, since they actually can take advantage of all of those debuffs, right? Sorry, not Transcendent Amy, Transcendent Sefhi. So if you have both Transcendent Sefhi, not Amy, and also Otavia, those two will work really, really well with her. Any character that applies magic defense threat will work. Diva ult could work in here, so you can also apply the crit resistance down. A bunch of different characters, to be fair. And I think these two, Transcendent Sefhi and Otavia, are the best ones in particular for this case. Now, all that jumping aside, before we go into the tier list, I also want to show you some of the damage number comparisons that we have. So if I come here to Dalcarlo and I show you guys a couple of things. So first of all, it was a test on Hand of the Night, right? And it was no gear on the characters just to check how they're behaving. 26% Lamia on the damage, the Amy doing 21, Dalcarlo 27, and Natalia 22. A really good composition, as you can see. If you have these three, they will work together really well, doing basically even more than Lamia at this point, right? And now, if you go, for example, to campaign, it's a little bit more complicated. On campaign, my Lamia still does a lot better because it's Van Helsing. Also, it was like a really high cost for Van Helsing, so the rotations were a little bit different, but still my Lamia was doing way better. Now, if I was trying on Knight of the Hand, for example, the damage goes up a lot. So as you can see, Dalcarlo 29, Lamia 29, both doing 900k, almost a mil, and then Van Helsing following close. So like I was saying, she will fit on any team, and even though you are seeing me use her with a cappella, later we will probably be putting both of them on different teams, because there are specific game modes where you will need multiple teams. Solo raid and Union raid from Mike, the same here. So on those game modes, we now have 2 Crescent Moons with a really low cost to provide you with a nice rotation, right? So in that case, with all the damage she's doing, with all the utility she's providing for the team and everything else, we have decided to put her for now on T0. Things might change, and if you want to join our Discord to be updated in case we update anything, feel free to join with the links in the description down below. But as of right now, she's a T0 character. Not only because of her damage, but also because the utility she's providing. She is like Lamia on the sense that not only she's bringing really good damage, but also lifesteal for everyone in the team, right? So she's up there as well with her own damage and also both debuffs, the CC, and the continuous damage on her special skill. And when it comes to notes, there is something interesting here. This is just like a TLDR on how this character works, honestly. But the website has been updated. If you prefer to go check directly in there, feel free to. She is for now at T0. We might be changing a few characters on the next patch, on the next banner, depending on what they're doing. The next banner should be a Spectral Gilrain, if I remember correctly, which is good to save gems. Because let's be honest, Spectral Gilrain is not a character that you really need to pull for, unless it's for a specific bosses or Knight of the Hand. At that said, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be everything for this one. Dalcarlo is a really good character. If you guys can pull for her, I would recommend. When it comes to dupes, I will keep saying the same, okay? Just go for one copy, you don't need anything else. I did use all my gems because she's waifu, and I am too deep, I am addicted, I cannot stop pulling, right? But don't be like me, I just go for one copy, it's more than enough. As usual, we are live every single day, link in the description. Good luck with your pool, the internets, and I'll see you in the next one.